your CIGTV News Update. I'm Shanda Gallego in for Donna Bush. In our top story, public servants found energy-friendly transport alternatives today as part of the inaugural car-free Cayman Islands. Hundreds of civil service and public service employees took part in the event, which encouraged people to carpool, take the bus, ride or walk instead of driving. Infrastructure Minister Joey Hugh talks about what motivated his ministry to introduce the initiative to the Cayman Islands.
Today we are celebrating what is considered an International Car-Free Day. It happens actually this Sunday, but we decided to celebrate it here at the within the civil service in the Cayman Islands today on Friday, and it's just been a very enjoyable morning this far. I live about probably not even 3 miles away, and I took my time and rode my bicycle in this morning. It was very enjoyable. It was a very cool morning. A few puddles from last night's rain, but overall it was a very nice ride.
I think the response has been really great. We had a group of bus people that came in from the east, turn districts, and they said they came in early to work, they had time to read a book, they had time to socialize with their colleagues, so I think it was a success. And we had a number of people carpooling in as well. And we had some riding and some walking, so I think we can rate that as a good success.
Well, I decided to ride to work today to support the government initiative of a car-free day. I cycle quite often, and I thought what a great opportunity for me to come into work on my bike. So
because I think it's a good initiative, and I was excited that we were really doing this. There's just so much traffic on the road, and it annoys me some mornings I come out, and as I get out I beat traffic, even though I try to come to work early so that I beat the traffic, but I still get into it. And this week in particular has really been awful. So I decided the government was doing an initiative, and I wanted to participate to just see how it works, and hopefully we will be able to do more of this as time goes on.
In our final story, local, public and private sector employers turned out in numbers for the annual Careers Fair held by the Cayman Islands Further Education Center, also known as CIFEC. CIFEC enrolls students on a 3-day-a-week study program with 2 days a week spent at an internship. CIFEC Director Dolores Thompson tells us more.
Well, today we're having our annual Careers Fair, and this is an opportunity for students to come out and meet with employers who will take them on for the internship program that we run here. So they come with resume in hand, and they get an opportunity to talk to people, talk to the different employers, find out what the companies are doing, hand out their resumes, set up interviews. And so that's really what this is all about, giving the students the opportunity to meet with the employers for that internship program.
Director Thompson explains that in the week leading up to the fair, the school works closely with students to prepare them for the experience.
The students have been with us for 3 weeks so far, and they have spent the last 3 weeks preparing for this event. All right, so we've helped them prepare into resumes. We've helped them decide how to dress. We've talked to them, we've coached them about what does dressing for success look like. And as you look around, you will see many of our young people are in suits and they're all dressed up. We've spoken to them and given them some tips on how to present themselves. So really this is an opportunity for them to have themselves presented on a piece of paper. So they've got their resumes prepared, their attire should say something, and they're willing and able to address people, introduce themselves, say what their names are, what they're interested in doing. So that's really what this is all about, giving them that confidence that they need to go out there into the world of work.
Some 250 internship seekers were expected to be in attendance at the fair. We spoke to one student about her experience.
Is to get, an internship that will one day develop into a full-time job or a part-time job. My main thing is looking for experience in the different fields that are available to me, which are HR, customer service, hospitality areas in general. Well, it's been so far, started off with 15 resumes and I have none left. So been to different places, and they say I have a great first impression and I'm very kind and I would be a good worker.
We take a look now at the weather report. Scattered showers will continue across the Cayman area for the next 24 hours in association with an upper-level trough over the northwest Caribbean. Radar images are showing scattered showers in and around the Cayman area, moving towards the northwest. The National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida is issuing advisories on Hurricane Jerry, which at last check was located near 19.6 north, 62.0 west, or about 140 miles north of the Barbuda, moving west-northwest at 18 miles per hour with maximum sustained winds of 80 miles per hour. This hurricane poses no threat to the Cayman Islands. We are heading into a low tide later tonight, and we can expect a high tide at around 1:21 a.m. Sunset is at 6:22, sunrise is at 6:15 tomorrow, and our extended outlook is for a decrease in cloudiness and showers from Saturday morning as the upper-level trough moves over the southern Gulf of Mexico, and at the same time, a ridge of high pressure builds over the northwest Caribbean. That is your latest news. As always, if you missed today's news update, you can get all the details on our Facebook and YouTube pages. And of course, do not forget to tune into Radio Cayman's For the Record and Talk Today's shows, which are always packed with exciting guests. I'm Shanda Gallego. Thanks for watching.
Boating, fishing, and water sports in the Cayman Islands are great, but keep a cool head. Here are 7 tips for fun and safe sea outings. Number 1. Use a checklist to plan your outing. Check the weather forecast, make a float plan, and share it with someone who is remaining on land, stating where you're going, with whom, and when you're expected to return. Visit your nearest marine supply store to get your safety gear. This includes signaling mirrors, whistles, and a flare kit. It's also very important to have onboard flotation devices and life vests for each person. There are different types of vests. Some are for water sport activities such as snorkeling, and others are for going on offshore boating or on fishing trips. Number 2. These items can be lifesavers in case of an accident or bad weather. Number 3. Use a motor kill switch, especially if you're boating alone. In case of a leak or breakdown, always stay with the boat until help arrives. If you capsize, an emergency beacon or locator device can send a distress signal to inform the authorities of your location. Larger flares will indicate distress to a boat, airplane, or search and rescue officials. Number 4. In addition to sunscreen, food, and beverages, it would be smart to have a cell phone. Make sure your marine radio works. Cayman's boaters use Channel 16 to communicate. Number 5. Also, don't forget your anchor and sufficient rope. Number 6. Boat operators should be familiar with the local waters and reefs, as well as the capabilities and functions of the vessels they are using. Always obey the rules of the sea and the marine environment, and have courtesy for others. Number 7. Alcohol and salt water do not mix, especially if you're the captain. Some useful contact numbers are 911. The RCIPS Marine Base is 649-7710, and the Port Authority is 949-2055. Smooth sailing, all!
Did you know that planning permission is required for a shed? Did you know you should check with the department as a planning and permit application may be required?